I'm going to do this video simple and to the point. Replace a video that I was going on and on too much. Unneeded details that I should have put in another video. Like about family members that you had, whether it's, or if you're watching this, it can be an ex-wife or ex-something or whatever. That, like I said, when you're old enough to get out of the house, a lot of family or parents say, "Oh, yeah, well, get out of the house and have your own life already." But then you get the other ones, they're real. They go through cycles. Oh, really cool. You go place, have a good time, like other families, and then they do these patterns of being in their pissy moods or whatever, and to make the not to go into any long stories where, like some of you guys watching may have this thing where, oh, threaten to throw your ass out for saying this or that or not. You're supposed to lay down and take it when somebody's in their pissy moods, but like, oh, you get out now. You're not using me to save money to go do it. Like, I'm going to say this because of the kind of gang stalking. I want to do a short version of this video, not to go on, that this is something that you can beat. I know not a lot of these videos talk about how to beat things, and I want to be able to do that. Well, like I lived in an environment like that, that's what I'm saying. This is a short version of the video where they could say, get the fuck out and all that. But when you do, and you plan to anyway, some of you guys watching may have been through there, and some are encouraged, which you should. But then it's like, oh, get the fuck out if you speak to me that way. But when you go to do it, oh no. But yeah, one of the things that happened to me in this short version of the video is tell you an easy way to beat it. Not telling some big old story. In my case, it's my mother. I don't know if any of you guys would it. It can be an ex-wife or anything. So I get my first place. You get a family member that gets mad because you get out. They want that control. They want to threaten to throw you out, but yet they don't want you to. They want you to be constantly timid and afraid of everything. And you can live by reasonable rules, but just like I saw on that documentary, one of my favorite sayings on that documentary movie called The Garbage Warrior, he talked about he lived in an environment was like Baptist religion or whatever. No this, no that. You can't do this or that. So he, quote, got the hell out of Dodge. I did that in my time. I'm sick of people. I was sick of people's, the mother and the stepdad always damn near trying to kill each other, fighting everybody. Think it's cool, and people get in their pissy moods and pull it on you and get the hell out of Dodge, right? But like, that's like you don't want to be somebody's whipping post in either, and this is not a poor me video, and I'm trying to tell you, don't do a poor me, get the fuck out. But anyway, the cure to this simple cure to gang stalking due to family members trying to cause trouble. In my case, mother got mad because I had my income check to save some money to get out, and they want to, and then, even though you pay your way, you get the ones that's, oh, you still have this much money. They're trying to say something costs more and more and more. It's never enough. You got money and I want it, they want control of everything or whatever. And they definitely don't want you walking out on them because you're tired of anybody sticking their finger in your face and telling you what you better do and everything else. So you walk out. But anyway, my case, my mother, under the guise of calming down and accepting it, comes bearing gifts of, pots and pans and housewarming gifts and that. But parks, like I said, in a restaurant parking lot right next to the building, a restaurant was right across the street. So she parks in the parking lot, and like maybe some of you guys helped somebody move. You go in a restaurant parking lot, you get caught. There's no place to park. You can't help it, but you just be cordial, and sometimes you get in and out of there before anybody sees and gets mad. But no, my mother didn't do that. She goes, I think she did that on purpose. She goes, instead of saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was helping my son move, giving him some stuff. I didn't have no place to park. I wanted to be in and out of there. Oh, I'm sorry." Trying to be diplomatic, she starts screaming at the top of her lungs, saying, "Oh, don't you fuck with me? I'll go get the health department. I'll ruin your fucking business," and blah blah blah. You know, this is like, I made a long ass video last time, but I don't know any other examples you guys got. You'll get harassed because of it, and all you got to do to stop the harassment and cut down the harassment is start talking to people. And in you guys' situation, it'd be like, I don't know that person, you know. The moral of this video is don't isolate, don't say, you know, have a few friends, and any of you guys younger than me. So how I got my first place and got out, but you'd also have to watch what kind of roommates you get if you have roommates. I don't want no one around me. Yeah, I had people coming around. Another aspect of what they call gang stalking is ex-friends, that people became ex-friends and friends of their friends getting dirty ass looks when they thought they were, when I had my first apartment, thought that oh, we were going to have all these drinking parties and all that, and there was times in my younger times where I was like, I walked out of certain things, like, and I used to be one of them people telling me, you gonna let somebody speak to you like that? And an idea whether people smoke some pot and drink or something or whatever, and half the people right next to you, they want to have all these friends like it's so damn hip, like this person is some super star popular or something, or whatever culture you're in, and like, and I was almost like walk right out, like, fuck you, you know what I mean? That's why I never got addicted to anything, or even that drinking. People want that shit, you know what I mean? But I was like, when I had my first apartment, talk about a little bit financially, if I couldn't afford it, I didn't fucking do it. And I lived across the restaurant. I don't know if I lived across the bar, or I don't know what I would have did, you know. Hey, go to a restaurant that serves beer, you know, and food, but I always smelled food, so that was part of it. So I had to make friends with some people in the restaurant, which I always smelled food. And I said, you know what? I ain't gonna. Don't even. I wasn't gonna go act like I'm too embarrassed or scared to go in somewhere. I said, you know what? I don't know. That wasn't fucking me. That had nothing to do with me. Took some time, you know, and the people quit talking to each other in Italian in front of me. All of a sudden, after a while, they weren't speaking Italian to each other in front of me anymore, you know, like that. And, you know, you could, you know, I found out in life that you almost got to be almost like one of my stepbrothers. I don't want to call it in a bad way a professional manipulator or professional sociopath, but to survive bullshit that people pull on, you got to be on the borderline of professional manipulator, talker, or sociopath. You know what I mean, too. But so I had, and then later on, like I said, you know, you get the family member that does that, and they're all talking to you again. You know, nothing ever happened, and all that. But cycles of their bullshit, and then you shut them out completely after that. But like, say, when you get your first apartment, I want to put a little bit in there too. That you had some people that used to just know. It's not like you hung together all the time, but all of a sudden they're coming around. You know, I had people. That's what I wanted to change in this video too. It's too long. You have some of them, you know, just stupid little shit, drive-bys, playing games. People all of a sudden you don't know from Adam, saying some kind of quote driving by it, and you'll say, "Wait a minute, that's so and so talking." You almost want to say when they drive by in a car, "Hey, wait, come here," and hope they stop and say, "You tell so and so." Yeah, it's one of them deals where when somebody drives by and it sounds like some ex-friend that, you know, it's a quote, you know, it's them talking, but you don't know this person from Adam. It's like, come here. You tell Joe Schmo or whatever his name, why don't they come right to me and just say it and whatever, instead of using you to drive by and say it, you know? What are you, fuck are you, their stooge? Not to make a whole long video about it. So during both at the same time, I had shit like that you have to fix. I'm trying to say you some little bit of gang stalking, it can be fixed, not completely. You'll still have somebody, you know, they'll give you dirty looks, but you can fix it if you get out and talk to people. I like to end this video like it's like my stepfather said and some of my stepbrothers said. You can catch more bees or whatever with honey than with vinegar. Uh, even though if you don't so trust certain people, get right up there and uh, just like talk to people. It's almost part of it. You don't want to act like you're be told you're not going to spend the rest of your life paranoid, but that's part of surviving. So I had people that I knew thought that I had my first apartment. Uh, Indirectly, you'll do stupid shit like gang stalking, or you'll have people you don't know from Adam yelling quotes. It's like it's really going to bother you or scare you. But because they're mad, like because they think they're going to come in and like I didn't get my first apartment to have any motherfuckers where you don't maybe you guys have a couple of people over, but you get these motherfuckers that it's not like they were around you all the time, back when you went to school with or whatever, but they think they're going to be around all the time and you can't get rid of them and all that shit. Then like I couldn't afford any habits or cigarettes or anything or alcohol anyway. I went to a restaurant and once in a while would go to a place around the corner that happens to serve beer. When I got home from work, my ass was damn hungry. I couldn't go. And then I lived across from a restaurant. That's why, really, any of you guys that followed my videos, that I say the people that, nothing against somebody that wants to smoke a joint once in a while, I don't give a fuck. That some of them are bullies, whether they believe me or not. You get the scenario where, hey, if they want to act like, oh, you think you're, I was one of them ones where people act like, oh, he's too high and mighty to go party, go like the new normal, and like you have to do it or you have to give a shit about getting high all the time. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And it's not that I wanted to walk around with a cocky look on my face, and of course I don't want nobody on either side telling me what the fuck to do. It's just like when you get your first place, I was one of them people. Hey, if I couldn't fucking afford it, I couldn't do it. I'd rather buy food, and later on got a better paying job and was walking around with long hair, cocky look on my face and saying, getting myself nice stereos, which now all those years passed by. This is shit that a bunch of years passed by, but my earlier accounts of my first apartment, which is, I was in my 20s, that's over fucking 20 years ago, but I'm trying to make a point, you know what I mean? That's what I went through. So, when you're able to defuse and resist and all that shit, people would play the card where, oh, he must be selling dope. Or you got the old people and the other younger people and all that. You don't go and seek out any of the crowds to go partying or anything. So you got them giving you dirty ass looks and making comments, and you got the other people like, oh, you must be on drugs or something because whatever. And I had old people looking up because I lived in the top apartment. I was coming home one day and old people standing up. They're standing there, right, and looking up at their mouth gaping, and I almost wanted to make a joke with them, to put a caption to their face. I didn't, but I almost wanted to, like, how you put a caption if you wanted to see a picture of an old person? Get a picture of an old person on your Facebook, right, with their head kind of up, looking up at something, and their mouth gaping, and put a caption on, oh, there must be all kind of drugs in there. And I almost wanted to say that and joke with him, but I didn't. I was kind of laughing at him, but yeah, I had. I'm one of them people that I'm not going to say, poor me, everybody's gang stalking me, I'm paranoid. Like some of them, couple of them trolls, like one troll, he gets he keeps getting a new account and trying to say his shit, trying to say, oh, I smoked myself retarded was one of his latest comments. But I'm like, sorry, dude, if you got this far in this video, I was one of them things. I'm too damn cheap ass to actually get into any habits. It's like sometimes I'm richer or sometimes I'm poorer, depending on my line of work, construction hand industrial hand, pushing broom. I do my work on assignment. But I was telling you in this video, one of my most prosperous times when I eventually got a better paying job. I love that shit, and I love the fact that I didn't know what gang stalking was back in that era. You know what I'm saying? But I enjoyed the fuck out of it. That's what this video was supposed to be about, unlike the other video that I took down and I'm replacing this with. You got this far in the video, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what gang stalking was, but this purpose of this video was telling me I loved that shit. I was like, I wanted to walk around and long hair or whatever, something that people don't like, and money in my pocket, and piss people off. So what I wanted to tell you in this video, unlike other people's gang stalking videos, is back in that time, I loved that shit, to want to walk around, and I knew I was pissing myself off. No, not pissing myself off. But, well, I don't know. Sometimes I was so into wanting to piss people off, maybe I was trying to piss myself off. I don't know. And, well, yeah, I pissed myself off. That's why it's probably what that little thing I accidentally said come from, because subconsciously I do piss myself off because sometimes I don't feel that now or then that maybe I was frustrated. Yeah, I was frustrated sometimes that I pissed myself off because sometimes I felt that I wasn't pissing people off as much as I wanted to piss them off. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to, back in that day, I know I was being gang stalked, right? But I was so into that, that cocky look when you get money in your hand. And, well, sometimes, you go downhill financially, but walking around with money in your hand or any kind of thing, and some of us want to piss people off, and we don't feel we pissed them off enough, so we actually want it so bad, right? We actually piss ourselves off because you're not scared of them people. You want to piss them off more, and you don't feel like you're pissing people off enough, and you do. That was my habit. And I literally, I guess you can say, sometimes I pissed myself off because I still didn't feel like I was pissing some of these people off enough. You know what I'm saying?